question that's been on my mind. What if Jesus scrolled through my music? Would he hit skip or would he vibe? Let's talk about it. I got trappies bumping when I'm rolling through the city. Got that gospel on repeat when I'm feeling extra spiritual. But in between the songs I glorify the things I'm fighting. And I wonder what would Jesus think if he could hear them all. Hey, I claim I'm different but my playlist tells another story. Got worship songs on Sunday, then the world Monday morning. I'm streaming tracks about the money, about the flex, the fame. Then switch to praise and worship like I'm playing some kind of game. But what if Jesus really saw what I consume? The lyrics that I'm feeding to my heart inside my room. Would he see a follower, someone lost in contradiction, living double-minded with a spiritual addiction? Sounding holy in the church, but worldly in the streets. Having one foot in the kingdom while the other one competes. A culture that opposes everything he came to teach. Man, I gotta ask myself, what message do I preach? With every song I play, with every artist that I stream, am I building up my faith or am I tearing at the seams? Cause music is a language that speaks straight into the soul. And what I let inside my ears affects my self-control. If Jesus had my playlist, would he recognize a son? Or would he see a house divided, a battle not yet won? I gotta check my heart, check what I'm letting in. Cause the soundtrack of my life should glorify him. If Jesus had my playlist, what would he find? Songs that build his kingdom or just noise or pass the time? Would he see a worshiper or someone playing both sides? I gotta clean up what I'm streaming, let his truth be my guide. If Jesus had playlist, would I be ashamed of the messages I'm feeding to my mind day after day? It's time to be intentional with every single choice. Cause what I listen to will shape my heart and voice. Now I'm not saying every song gotta be a worship track, or that we can't appreciate the art of where it's at. But I am saying we should guard what enters through our ears. Cause slowly, subtly, music shapes our values through the years. I used to think it didn't matter, it's just entertainment, right? But then I noticed how those lyrics stay with me at night. How they influence my decisions, my perspective, what I chase. How the world's philosophy was taking up too much space. In my mind where Christ should be residing on the throne. Instead I'm memorizing verses from rappers in the zone who don't know Jesus, who promote a lifestyle that's opposed to everything the Bible says about the path I chose. So now I'm getting more selective, more intentional with my sound. Asking, does this build me up, or does this tear me down? Not being legalistic, just being wise and aware. Why would I feed my spirit matters? I gotta handle it with care. Cause if Jesus walked with me and heard what's playing in my headphones, would he be proud of what I'm listening to? Would he feel alone in a space that should be sacred, in a heart that claims his name, but sounds more like the culture than someone who's been changed? It's not about perfection, it's about intention and direction. Am I moving toward the world or toward his resurrection? Every song's a seed that's planted in the garden of my mind, and eventually that harvest will show up in my life. So I'm checking my Spotify, I'm checking Apple Music too. I'm asking, does it sound of God, or does this lay me from the truth? And if it doesn't build my faith, if it tears on what he's built, then maybe it's time to delete it, maybe it's time to quit. Filling up my mind with messages that contradict my mission. I'm on a journey till it'll be more like Christ. It takes a clear decision to guard my heart, to guard my ears, to guard what influences me. Cause I wanna be a vessel that reflects his purity. If Jesus had my playlist, what would he find? Songs that build his kingdom or just noise to pass the time? Would he see a worshiper or someone playing both sides? I gotta clean up what I'm streaming, let his truth be my God. If Jesus had playlist, would I be ashamed of the messages I'm feeding to my mind day after day? It's time to be intentional with every single choice. Cause what I listen to will shape my heart and voice. Yeah, it shapes my heart and voice. Yeah, it shapes my heart and voice. My perspective and my choice, to follow him with everything, or let the world make all the noise. When the world is sleeping, I'm wide awake. These are the hours when my soul breaks, but you're still listening. You always are. Yeah. It's 3 a.m. and I can't close my eyes again. Thoughts racing like a battlefield inside my head, no end. The silence is so loud, it's almost deafening. But in the quiet, I can hear you beckoning. I pour my heart out in the darkness of my room, wrestling with my worries underneath the moon. Nobody knows the weight I carry when the lights go out, but you're the friend who hears me even when I shout. I talk to you about the things I can't say in a day. The fears that paralyze me, the doubts that won't go away, the dreams that feel impossible, the pain that won't subside. You're the only one who sees the tears I try to hide. These midnight conversations keep me holding on, when everything around me tells me something's wrong. You meet me in the insomnia, in the restless night, and somehow in the darkness you become my light. I tell you about my struggles, about the battles that I face, about feeling inadequate, like I'm running the wrong race. But you remind me gently that your grace is enough, that even in my weakness you're making me tough. When the world is quiet and I'm all alone, you're the voice that tells me I am not on my own. In the stillness of the night, you draw near, and suddenly my 3 a.m. becomes crystal clear. I still talk to God at 3 a.m. when my soul is weary and I need a friend. When the weight of the world is crushing my chest, He's the peace that comes when I can't find rest. I still talk to God at 3 a.m. when anxiety's knocking and won't let me in. When I'm tired of pretending that I'm holding it together, He's the anchor in the storm, my hope forever. There's something sacred about these hours before dawn, when it's just me and Jesus and the darkness isn't gone. No distractions, no performance, no facade to maintain, just a broken heart before a God who feels my pain. I confess my deepest secrets, the ones I'm scared to speak, the addictions I still battle, the ways I still feel weak, the anger that I harbor, the bitterness I hide, the jealousy and pride that war deep inside. But you don't condemn me, you just listen and receive every honest word I'm speaking, every reason that I grieve. You don't rush me through my process or tell me to move on. You just sit with me in silence till I see the breaking dawn. These 3 a.m. conversations taught me how to pray, not with fancy words or phrases that religious people say, but with groans too deep for language, with tears that flood my face, with raw and unfiltered honesty covered by your grace. I learned that worship isn't always singing happy songs. Sometimes it's crying out to God when everything goes wrong. It's bringing in my questions even when there's no reply. It's trusting that He's working even when I don't know why. And every night I come to you, you're faithful to respond. Maybe not with lightning bolts and miracles beyond, but with a quiet reassurance deep within my soul that whispers I am with you and I'll never let you go. In the watches of the night, you're watching over me. You're the shepherd who stays awake so His sheep can sleep in peace. And though I'm still awake, I'm resting in your care, knowing that my midnight prayers don't disappear in there. They rise like incense to your throne, they matter to your heart. You bottle every tear I cry, you've known me from the start. So I'll keep bringing you my 3 a.m.s, my sleepless, restless nights, cause you're the God who meets me there and turns my dark to light. These conversations in the night are shaping who I am, teaching me to lean on you, to trust your perfect plan. And one day when I'm standing in your presence face to face, I thank you for those 3 a.m. moments of amazing grace. I still talk to God at 3 a.m. when my soul is weary and I need a friend. When the weight of the world is crushing my chest, He's the peace that comes when I can't find rest. I still talk to God at 3 a.m. when anxiety's knocking and won't let me in. When I'm tired of pretending that I'm holding it together, He's the anchor in the storm, my hope forever. Yeah, He's my hope forever. In the midnight hour, when I'm at my weakest, He shows me His power.
انت تعرفيني ما اعرف.
Question that's been on my mind: what if Jesus scrolled through my music? Would He hit skip or would He vibe? Let's talk about it. I got trap beats bumping when I'm rolling through the city. Got that gospel on repeat when I'm feeling